Hello everyone, in this tutorial we're going to do a little bit of structuring. So we're going to create all the pages that we need in our application, and we're going to create a layout file which essentially will render all these pages.
Code with Sloba.
Okay, so in our application we're going to have 3 pages outside of our landing page, and we want to group them so that we are able to actually share the layout file between them. So they're going to have the same layout across the application. So let's go and create these files. So in the previous tutorials, we have learned how we can actually group our routes. So in the app folder, we want to create a new folder. And in order to skip this one or actually use it as a group, we want to add parentheses. So we can call this as, let's say, dashboard. It's really up to you. And now inside of this folder, we can create our first route. And let's call it as add job. Inside of this add job folder, we want to create a new file. And obviously it needs to be called as page.tsx in this case because we are using TypeScript. And now we can use our code snippet in order to generate new components. So RAFCE, and then we can call this as add job page. And here I can actually replace this div and just use, let's say, h1 like this. Okay. Now let's create another route. So let's add a new folder and let's name this one as jobs. And here we're going to list all the jobs that we have. So inside of these jobs, let's create a new file. And once again, this needs to be called as page.tsx like this. And now once again, let's call our RFCE code snippet and let's name this one as jobs page like this. We can close this. Now let's create another one. So this is going to be the last folder, or actually the last route. So let's call it as stats. And inside of this page, we're going to display our chart. So let's add a page file, page.tsx. And here, once again, we can generate our function and let's name it as stats page, this component. We can close this file. And now let's create a layout which essentially will share a code between these 3 pages. So inside of the dashboard, let's create a new file and let's name it as layout.tsx. And let me close the Explorer. Now, once again, let's create a new component and we will leave this one as layout. But the difference in this layout folder is that we have a children, which is essentially a component that we want to render. So children, and since we are using TypeScript, we need to provide what type of this children is. So essentially, this is an object which has children, and the type of this children is React.ReactNode. So here we're just adding a type definition to our object here. So this object essentially is just an object that has a children, and this children is type of React node. So React provides you with this React node type that we can use whenever we are passing a component. So now we want to use this children and we want to render it here. And just to be able to actually test if this layout file works as expected, what we can do is we can add a custom class name and let's say a layout. So let's save this, and now let's go and actually try if this works or not. So inside of our application, in the previous tutorial, we have created this get started button, and this button essentially redirects us to our page that we have created. So let's click on this get started and we get redirected to this add job page. But now if we go and let's inspect this page and let's see what we actually have in the HTML. As you can see, we have this h1 which is from our page, and we have this div with the class name of layout, which essentially is a layout file where we added this custom class. And this is all for this tutorial. In this one, we have set up all the pages that we need for our application and a layout file. And starting from the next tutorial, we're gonna work on authentication. So see you guys in the next tutorial. And if you want to support my channel and get a full source code of every single video that I'm doing, feel free to check out patreon.com/codewithsloba to get full access. See you there.
Code with Sloba.
Thank you for watching the entire video. To see more videos like this, click here.